Hello and welcome back to another episode of Toby Investigates. Now, if I've got to be honest, I've been putting off making this video for quite some time now. The reason being that I am about to open up an absolute can of worms. We are going to be talking today about mountain bike wheel size. So mountain bike wheel size, what is there to it? How much can there be to mountain bike wheel size? Well, let me tell you, there is a boatload of information and standards and sizings and things to get your head around. But today I am here to simplify it, and I'm going to be talking about the two big contenders in the mountain bike wheel size punch up, and that is 650B or 27.5 inches in diameter and 29er or 29 inches in diameter. These two wheels are the two heavyweights of wheel sizes in the mountain bike market that are currently doing battle for supremacy. Now, looking at them both as they are right now, as you can see, there isn't really much in terms of difference in size, but in terms of ride quality, there is a lot different between these two wheels. So thinking of the two in terms of speed, well, what can we think of speed of? Let's think of it in this instance as the least amount of speed lost, the speed the wheel can carry. Now the 650, you'll notice on this one, it's got quite a large tyre that can deform over bumps, rocks, roots, and therefore means your bike is going to roll smoother along rocky terrain. However, if you were to put the same volume tyre on a 29-inch wheel, because of the larger diameter of rim, means that you can, take on larger rocks, roots, things like that going underneath the tyre there, and your bike will roll even smoother across there. Because of that, the 29er wins in this respect. When it comes to straight line speed and carrying your speed, this is the reason you'll find this on a lot of cross-country bikes and a lot of trail bikes. These wheels just love to go fast. So, talking about acceleration, and when we're thinking about acceleration, it's getting our mass, which is ourselves, and the bike from standing start up to speed. And this could be accelerating out of a corner as well. Now in this respect, the 29er has unfortunately lost out to 650. Why is this? Not because of its increased mass. I mean, yes, there is more wheel here than in the 650B, but really the weight difference, there's not much to it. It is in fact because of just the size of the wheel and the distance between the hub here and the rim here. These spokes, although very, very tight indeed, do have a little bit of flex in them that when you put some power into the hub, these will take a while to pull the rim with it. For that reason, the spokes being shorter in the 650 means that this wheel just accelerates faster. If you want to be flat out, outside of the corners through a super technical course where perhaps there isn't too much straight line pedaling involved, the 650 has won in this instance, putting the 29er to sleep. Okay, so we're 1-1 at the moment, but let's talk about comfort, because what use is being able to go to fast if you can't enjoy it while you're riding along? Well, again, the 29er has pipped the 650 at the post with its larger size. As I explained earlier, because of its larger circumference, it can take on rocks and roots far, far easier. I wouldn't be lying if I said that the 29er is more confidence inspiring. It feels like when you're riding a 29er bike that it's taking care of you a bit more, that you don't have to put in as much effort, and perhaps you don't have to have as much experience to conquer some of the really gnarly trails out there. Because of the 650's smaller size, however, you are going to feel more of the rocks and roots out there, and therefore it is going to be a little bit less comfortable. Okay, so we've covered off comfort and we've covered off speed, both very, very important, but mountain bikes, they are built for tackling technical courses with lots of twists and turns, and therefore for that we're going to need agility. Now, without taking into consideration the rest of the weight of your bike, you can only be so agile as is the weight of yourself. Thinking about the size of wheel, the 650 having less diameter and less rotational mass, etc., it at least feels like you can turn these wheels a lot easier and feels a lot more agile. As I said before when we were talking about comfort, because you can feel more of the ground, more of the bumps and the rocks and the roots, it feels like you have more control over where this wheel is going and what it is doing. The 29er in this respect, I'm not going to say it's less agile, but it does feel less agile just because of its size. This isn't necessarily a bad thing though. It can, what would feel like a really sticky situation on a 650B, the 29er, it may just feel totally relaxed. It's up to you to decide. So those are the two big wheel sizes, and we've been through the sort of ups and downs of them both. But I did want to draw your attention to one last intermediate wheel size. I'm not exactly going to call it a wheel size because we haven't actually changed the diameter of the wheel, but in fact just the thickness of the tyre and the width of the rim. This is a plus size, and this one is in 650, but they do also come in 29er. Now, the plus tyre is the newest player on the market that's really, you know, pulling some weight in terms of sales and people running them. The plus size is extremely confidence inspiring, like the 29er. You have a lot of grip because of this surface area here and because of the lower pressure you can run in the tyre. However, this one being 650, you also have that feeling of agility because the wheel is a little bit smaller. It's personal preference though. You have to go and ride these, experience them for yourself. It is a totally different ride feeling to either of the two wheels we've just looked at. Plus sizes are coming through in a big way. So there we have it, the wheel size debate. I've tried to make it as simple as possible for you. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of people disagreeing with everything I've just said in this video, and I'm sure the comment section below is going to be very, very interesting indeed. But I do encourage you, if you do have any comments, please leave them. And as well, if you have any questions, please get in touch with us on any of our social media channels. In the meantime, I implore you to go and have a few test rides, see what you think for yourself between all these wheel sizes, ask questions, do the research. There's so much on the internet and so much knowledge between everyone. You'll get a different answer every time you ask the same question. Until then, and until the next time, please enjoy the ride.